you feel, or to drink, or do you feel like that might kind of muddy the waters a little bit where you'd be tempted to drink?
Well, well, I guess at this point I feel like I just need to avoid a lot of those situations. Um, I've tried a few times where they've asked me to go out, and I've been like, okay, I'll go out, but only if I can, I'll be the designated driver or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Um, but yeah, I just try to, yeah.
Yeah, so being the designated driver, that's a great thing to say, well, I'm not going to drink because I'm going to be the designated driver. I think sometimes, people can appreciate that they have a friend that's willing to stay sober in order to drive for them.
Yeah, yeah, unfortunately, I think for some of them, they're like, no, no, we don't need a designated driver, So it's hit or miss, but
Sure.
it's one example of how I've tried to, do something different there. Or like if we go out bowling, that's one example. I know that,
Sure.
we can do something, and I feel like I'm not just sitting there. I can bowl or do whatever, and if they want to drink, that's fine.
Sure. So, you mentioned before that you've been able to be assertive with some of your friends and say, hey, I'm just not drinking, but if you want to do something else or you want to, you know, make other plans that don't involve drinking, then that would be okay. So, how do you feel about going about, using kind of those refusal skills and saying that you're just not interested in drinking? Do you feel comfortable doing that?
It just depends on the person. Um, I've got one or two real close friends that I feel like I could be that I have mentioned to them that I'm just not. I just don't. This is something that I'm struggling with or I'm working on, and um, they've been very receptive. Uh, what can you repeat kind of the question? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, so we were talking about, the idea of just kind of flat out refusing
Oh
to
yeah,
drink.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
saying I'm just not interested, or, no,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
drink. How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, no, no, sorry, now I remember where I was going with that. Yeah, no, I'm comfortable with some of my friends, and I feel like as time goes on, I mean, I know it's been difficult to talk to some of them about it.
Mhm.
I'm hoping that gets better. That I know that's kind of the commitment I have to make. I guess part of me feels like maybe they don't need to know. Maybe I can just
Mhm.
do my own thing, and I don't want to be. I don't want people to think of me differently or feel like
Sure.
they have to be cautious around me. I
Mhm.
just want people to do what they're gonna do, and I gotta do what I gotta do.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I mean, I feel like if I really needed to set those boundaries, that I would.
You'd be able to.
Yeah,
And it's been successful for you in the past.
yeah. Like I said, especially with the people that I know I could trust, and um,
Okay.
so
Great. Well, so let's talk just briefly about a couple of other coping skills maybe you could use with your friends who are drinking. So we had talked about being the designated driver. We have talked about using refusal skills and saying no, I'm just not going to drink. Um, can you think of any other coping skills? Oh, and the other one you mentioned also was suggesting an alternative activity. That's
mhm.
also a coping skill. So, are there any other ones that you might be able to think of as far as coping skills you can use in those situations?
I mean, the only other one I can think of is kind of just the coping skills that I use with myself, which are
Mm-hmm.
just to remember, why I'm choosing not to drink, and
Okay.
kind of thinking, as they say, playing the tape through.
Sure.
to kind of see where things go. Because I know if I go out with my friends and I start drinking, then you know, I might end up in jail again, or I might end,
Mhm.
in a fight or something. So I try to play that tape through, know that yeah, if I go out with Billy or whoever
Mhm.
and start to drink, that I know that it hasn't ended good in the past, and just realizing that it always seems innocent if it's just, hey, have one drink, but I know that if I play that tape through, that um, past experiences have told me that it's not worked positively for me, and so that's
Mhm.
why I'm trying to make those changes. So.
Okay. So, kind of as our last thing that I wanted to do, I thought maybe we could role play really quick. Just kind of a quick scenario of a situation where maybe we're at a bar and you are using one of your coping skills. So, is there anyone in particular you might like to use?
Um, well, so if I'm at a bar, I guess, and my friends or friend want me to drink, I guess I would probably, since I was already there, I'd be like, uh, no, I want to be the designated driver. If somebody needs a ride, or, I've got to get up early in the morning, or,
Okay.
you know,
So, I'll be your friend and I'm
okay,
going to offer you some alcohol and I want to hear kind of what you might say. Okay?
okay,
All
I'll
right.
give it a try.
So, hey Aaron, I heard you had a really long day at work and they have 2-for-1 bottles of Miller Genuine Draft at the bar, and I got you two because I know how much you like it. And, here it is, man. What do you say?
Uh, Man, MGD, that is my favorite.
I know it's your favorite. That's why I got it for you.
Um, yeah. See, the thing is, I really wasn't planning on drinking tonight.
Oh, okay.
Um, I've got to get up early and drive to my folks. My folks live kind of far away, so I got to get up early,
Mm,
and I just not feeling it tonight, and I got to get up early.
sure.
Plus two, I mean, if you guys wanna hit up the double bubble or whatever, that's I could give you a ride back home if you need be.
Oh, okay.
I want to hang out and shoot, talk about work. I really want to talk about today because today was kind of a rough day.
Yeah.
So that would be cool, and if you guys would be alright with it, you guys could listen and
Yeah, man, that'd be really cool because I was thinking of calling a cab, but hey, if you want to drive and not drink, I'd be down with that. That's cool, man. Thanks for offering.
Sweet, sweet. You could buy me some tacos though.
Oh, all right. Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
Alright.
All right, cool. So so Aaron, how did it feel to have to refuse something that's kind of seemed like a gift?
Well, refusing a gift is one thing. It's always a little difficult, but especially when there's a lot of factors in play. One being, when I am stressed, it's like, man, I would like to down a few beers, and then being at a bar and being with my friends. I know it's going to be more difficult than it is in a role playing setting,
Sure.
but it's good to kind of practice it. I wasn't thinking about that because usually that my friends are stingy, but they don't always offer me free beer, so it's interesting. So I'll have to think about that. I've never had
Sure.
to refuse a free beer before, so
Yeah.
but no,
Well, you did good though. Coming up with one of your other coping skills, which was being the designated driver. So that was really great that you thought of that kind of in the moment.
well, yeah, because after my last DUI, it's like I can't get another one, so it kind of gives me a. I like having feeling like I'm doing something.
Right.
So if I'm helping my friends get home, so they don't get a drunk driving and they don't hurt somebody, then you know
Yeah.
it's kind of keeps me motivated to stay sober. So
Sure, it's worth it to you.
yeah, absolutely.
Great. Well, excellent. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today about some of these things. And hopefully we can see each other again soon.
All right, that sounds good. I appreciate your time too, and thanks for talking with me.
All right.